Yes.
I liked you, I did. I know how angry he was.
A song by Paul Beckman, Holly Rainbow song. Created, let's see, March 7th, 2010. I'll upload this today. It is March 7th, but the date on the upload will be March 8th, which will be tomorrow. So, let's see. Anyway, so what I had been saying before was that on Saturday, let's see, Days of Our Life Songs 1 was getting lots of views all weekend, but at some point the channel became frozen. Everything became frozen. So I don't know what that means. On my end, what I knew was that I wasn't getting any view count whatsoever at all, and it never changed for, I don't know, it seemed like nearly 8 hours or so. And I had a feeling it was just happening only to me, so I felt singled out by YouTube. And I'm a nice person and I try to do good things, so I didn't think that was fair. Again, sometimes I click on song videos in order to see if there's any errors. Sometimes I click on the song videos if I happen to have thought that I might have accidentally uploaded something I didn't want to upload that didn't go with Day's song videos or any other kind. It's easy to get videos mixed up, and I wouldn't want to have something personal get mixed up with something that is of the soaps or whatnot that doesn't belong there. Sometimes I click on videos. I might click on a whole bunch of them just to make sure that there's no errors, because there can be errors. See, sometimes I like to look for patterns in the song videos I create, such as, for example, with all the cyberbullying going on, I like to look for song videos that have stuff in them about fighting cyberbullying or standing up for rights or truth or justice and things like that. Sometimes, well, there may be other reasons too. Maybe if I have created some songs and but they hit on the personal note, like maybe it's talking about fathers or mothers or things like that. I have some issues with that, so I might want to round up those kind of songs and put them all in one place and whatnot. And other patterns too. Sometimes I click on song videos. Well, sometimes I may just be clicking on them and then I hear one that I really like. Sometimes I may like the tune of a song video or the meaning or the lyrics. I might even like the show and I want to see that over again. So sometimes I will irregularly click on videos instead of just one. I'll click on certain ones, and if I really like it, people have the right to replay videos if they want. So anyway, whatever the reason was, I believe that YouTube picked it up as an irregularity, and I don't believe they really have people monitoring things so much as they have bots or robots or automated responses. So anytime one of those inhuman things picks up what it deems to be irregularity, suddenly this thuggish-like logo appears in a pink rectangular bar called ICallShenanigans, as if it's YouTube saying, "Me king, I rule, I call everything, me dictator." Well, anyway, I like YouTube, but I don't support any bullying aspects. Since I decided to fight and stand up for my rights and be victim no longer, not to be victimized, I will fight and stand up against any bully anywhere, any cyberbully anywhere, or a whole host of them, or all of them together combined ganging up on me or anyone else. Even though I'm a small tiny person, I've got that gumption, and I have that right, because The bullies of the world have no business ruling or roosting or ruining the world and people in it and victimizing others. That's my feeling. So I'll stand up to it, and if it happens that it's a big corporation like Google or YouTube, Google owns YouTube, so Google is involved, and if they have a strong-armed tactic, and it's thug-like, and it victimizes hundreds, thousands, millions of users daily or weekly or monthly, whatever the case may be, for discrepancies, quote, irregularities the bots witness or notice, then that's just not right and that's just not fair. So I am going to bring YouTube to its knees, which would naturally happen if somebody committed suicide due to being bullied like that. So I'm going to try to save and preserve life and make sure that that doesn't happen. And therefore I'm at the same time saving YouTube, Google trillions, billions, millions of dollars in lawsuits that would come at them for knowingly carrying on a cyber activity equivalent to basically equivalent to an unsolicited, unofficial war in another country. Only they're doing that against the populace and acting like dictators who have free license to do it with this one slogan that says, "I call shenanigans." And what I noticed what it was that was happening to me was that this bar, well, it always appears every time your channel comes up. There's that bar, and it's intruding. It's invasive. It is aggravating, and then suddenly, it's not just the slogan that is a thing, but suddenly, everything that functions normally on your channel, you'll start to see some things not function. And so when I began to make it known to YouTube that I was going to fight them, and I was going to get the better of them as a David against a Goliath, in terms of forcing them to let go of their bullying practices and find another solution that is non-bullying like, they began to invade my computer and to make the YouTube player malfunction. They also froze my YouTube channels. Let's see, I had been in first place in all of Canada. I was in first place that morning. Lady Gaga was in second place on the musician's channel, and then I had to go off and do an errand after I'd gone and come back. It was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 hours later, and it was still frozen. And I didn't care for that very much. And I sort of, I guess the expression would be, I sort of threw a hissy fit or something like that, a little bit, just with my own self. You know, the same way that a person would get mad if they stubbed their toe or something like that, get mad at themselves. And I realized at that point how others might feel if the same thing was happening to them, especially when there was no merit for it, not whatsoever at all. So when that began to happen, I made a decision then and there that I was going to fight YouTube and win. And I was going to do it by doing everything opposite that it was trying to force me to do. And I realized that while it was trying to force me to do certain things by making functionable things suddenly become dysfunctional, I realized that it was using punishment, it was using penalizing, creating penalties. It was doing things in a roundabout sort of stealth manner that bordered on the things that thugs would do if they were really there, only they're using their little robot bots and things like that and automated responses to do things. And so if I didn't do what they wanted, then they would make things dysfunction again. So I created an amazingly long email that would blow the socks off of YouTube using analytical reasoning and some tests that I conducted. I found out that I could actually bring that I Call Shenanigans out. Instead of being victim to it, I decided to bring it out of my own choosing to test my theory if that belonged to YouTube or not. And sure enough, my theories proved correct. My scientific experiments proved correct. So when I began to do the opposite of what YouTube was trying to force me to do through making other things not function correctly,